And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the final series of the broadcast. The final series here of the Maestros of the game, round of 16, group stage, group C. It's been an intense day of StarCraft already. The sun is literally rising in front of my eyes. It is 6 a.m. in the morning here, or 7 minutes to 6 a.m. in the morning here in Australia. The sun is rising. We've been live all night, and now it's time to end the night, to end the broadcast with one final best of 5. The winner of this series will advance on into the playoffs. Clem is already there waiting in said playoffs. One of these two will join him, as again the playoffs will be conducted and will be beginning in a couple of weeks time, next week even, next week. Oh boy. As we have non-stop StarCraft. Of course, this event does lead into the end of tournament finals, which will be taking place in Paris, in France. In Paris, papi, let's go. And of course, a big shout out to CranKy TV, and all those working behind the scenes for funding this event, for organizing the event, of course, for crowdfunding the event as well. Thank you so much to the community, of course, to the French community and to the community at large for making this event a reality. Here we go. We're jumping into that final best of 5 this morning. In the top left hand corner of Maganatha, we have the South Korean Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have the South Korean Terran player, the red Terran, also representing Team Falcons. It is Bunny. Here we go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our best of 5 TvZ. Also, as a reminder, this is a rematch. These two already faced off at the beginning of the broadcast, the very first series of this broadcast, and Bunny did take it 2-0. A very strong, very dominant showing out of Bunny. For those that are curious, someone asked earlier in the chat. I did give a brief response. In that previous series, game 1, Bunny did go for a Marauder Hellbat timing, went for a 1-1-1. Solar, he was going for a greedy build. He was cutting corners. He was going into a lair, into double evo chamber, into double upgrades. He was droning. He was caught with his pants down, and the game did end then and there. Game 2 was a little bit more of a back and forth to get into a longer game state. Bunny was able to force a cancel on the 4th base twice, and then he was able to just snowball out of control with what? With the Atrax. He had an Atrax follow up. I believe it was on this map. Actually, I can just double check. True. Can just double check. Yes, it was on Maganatha. So it was on this very map where Bunny, he was able to shut down the 4th base a couple of times, gain momentum, and then pop off with the Atrax and shut Solar down. Solar was trying to build up and tech up and get into a longer game state. So it was a very fast series, to be honest. But now we're getting into that rematch. Since then, Solar's had time to ruminate, has had time to, think over this series, have a different approach, and potentially redeem himself. Regardless of how this goes, I would hope to see not a 3-0, whether it's a 3-1 or a 3-2 in either direction. I hope to see more of a back and forth. At least I hope. Give us some more games, papi. Give 3cc. Back at home, 3rd cc before starport. Economic build here out of Bunny. No crazy 1-1-1, no crazy Hellbat push or Hellbat timing. None of that. At least not in game 1 of our fresh series. Catching up. Oh, that's where they put the sun. Ah, true. Sent it to Australia. As for now, Bunny pokes in, Bunny pulls away. No major commitments. Likewise, Solo pulls out of gas. Just hatch gas, pull into a 3rd base. Everything's looking normal. Everything's looking standard so far from both Solar and from Bunny. We'll keep an eye out for any kind of big deviation. Tech Lab on the racks into most likely an add-on swap into Banshee play, into Hellion Banshee. So far, so good. If you recall in their first series, Solar, he actually never got into his game. He never got into his own proper mid-game setup. He never got to play any StarCraft. Never got to play. But coming into our first series, coming into Magnatha, so far it looks like he can actually embrace his game. So far, so good. Mages are on the way. Solar from here, just keeping up with the rotations with his queens. It's up to Solar to keep up to make sure that no major economic damage is dealt. The Hellions don't get into a mineral line. Likewise, Bunny, he's here to deny creep. Just to deny creep, just to keep the creep in check as best he can. Maintain that map control. It is going to be a lair first out of Solar. Going for the earlier lair. Not going for the earlier Roach Warren or Bailey Nest. Or Double Evo Chamber. Oh, Bunny looking to go for the dive. Does go for it. He does dive in. Evo Chamber is denied. Gets 2 drones so far and pulls away. Nice start. Nice start here by Bunny. Looking for another way in. As he's rotating, the Banshees are amassing. Cloak is almost done. And Solar, he's going into a hidden Roach Warren. Okay, that is a Roach Warren behind the natural. Hellions, they don't quite make it in. And Solar, he may cut workers early. He may just commit. But now he's running up to 3 bases. Taking his gases. Gases are on the way. 4th base is going to be delayed. Nice pickup. And we'll see if Solar does double down with it when it comes to Roach production. No Evo Chambers yet. Oh, just now being thrown down. Okay, getting into the Double Evo Chamber tells us that he plans on investing into upgrades. Tells us that he plans on going for at least a 1-1 timing. So he's going to be droning. Solar, he will drone. Banshees are deflected. Solar Sapphire's keeping up. He's defending. So far, so good. Likewise, behind this, Bunny also just saturating his bases. Building up. We have Tunneling Claws being prioritized. That is Tunneling Claws before Roach Speed. Is that intentional? I asked if that's intentional because we don't have Burrow. Burrow has not been researched, so I'm a little bit concerned. Again, it is 4 a.m. in South Korea. Sorry, 5 a.m. We have melee on the way, not range. I'm getting mixed signals. we're investing into 1-1 upgrades with melee. At the same time, we're getting into Tunneling Claws, not Roach Speed, and we're not investing into Burrow, not yet at least. So we're a little bit all over the place. We do have some Infestors on the way for safety fungal growths. Based on what we're seeing, I believe Tunneling Claws is a mistake. I believe that. I think that's meant to be Roach Speed. Yeah, Hive is on the way. We're not getting Burrow. Oh, no. I mean, it's not the biggest of deals, not having Roach Speed. It does hurt. Behind this, we're going for the 8 racks. 8 rack setup. No gas at the 3rd base. 3 base all in. 3 base all in at a Bunny. The Infestors will help. There's Roach Speed. Roach Speed has begun. Tank is in a nice position. Here come the Fungals. The Fungals going to be coming in. Nice, very nice target firing. Oh, both Infestors go down. 0 Fungals. Uh-oh. Yeah, 0 Fungals go up. And Bunny, he's running out of steam here. He has to back up. He has to regroup. But that was brutal. Both Infestors went down without a single spell. And here comes the reinforcing wave of army. Bunny, he might just break through. He might just break through here and now. We have 1 Infestor on the way. Remember, there are no Bailings. And the Roaches are slow. God. Ay. As Solar coming in from behind, gets one of the tanks. No, he doesn't get it. Tank survives. The tank does barely live. Banshees A pop up. And Bunny, he's breaking through. Here comes a Fungal. Yeah, 1 Fungal. He sees it, backs up. And nice target once again. Very solid target firing. Bunny, calm down. Este Bunny. As he sims in, he sims, and he's here to win. As there's barely too many roaches, I say that more Marines will arrive. Tank shots going up. And Solar, he looks like he will barely hold on. Oh god, barely not. Jesus. As these are brutal trades for Solar. He will survive, he will clean this up, but not the cleanest trade. As Bunny, he's still rallying, and he has broken the back of Solar at this point. 0 Queens left, 0 Infestors left, and 0 Ravagers left as well. No Queens, no Ravagers, no Infestors. GG gets called, and Bunny, he will break on through Snowball out of control, taking game number 1. GG. And what impressed me the most in that game was every single time Infestors showed up, Bunny, he would pull back and he would target fire with his tanks, with his Banshees as well. There were 3 Infestors made this game, 3 Infestors, and not a single one landed a single fungal. It was crazy. It was also a little bit unfortunate. It was also a little bit unfortunate when it came to Solar getting Tunneling Claws. As we mentioned, at a certain point, it was clear that it was a mistake. Like, Tunneling Claws was not intentional there by any means, especially because, of course, Burrow was never researched, and Hive was on the way. True. Also agreed out of Solar getting into the Hive. But that's something that did impact because, hey, with Roach speed, suddenly if he had a Roach speed, that means faster reinforcements. That means potentially a faster dive for the Roaches to get on top of the tanks as well. That really would have impacted the defense 100%. Like, it would have made things a little cleaner, a little easier for Solar. You could argue that may have cost him the game. I say may have because obviously there was still, control on both sides, but it did impact just because of how heavily reliant Solar was on Roaches in that defense. GG. GG, well played with that. So congratulations with that. Bunny does take a lead in the series, and now we're getting to game number 2 for the first time. I didn't even get to talk about the maps. As you can see here, for the first time tonight, for the first time, I want to say for the entire group stage, I say that I didn't get to cast Group B, so I can't speak on Group B, but for Group A and Group C, Golden Wall. It has been years since Golden Wall was in the tournament map pool, but it is back. Golden Wall is back. This was a bit of a pioneer map, if you recall. We always make reference to Golden Wall for maps like Alcyone, for maps like what comes to mind, Torches as well. There are certain maps nowadays, I feels like we always have one in the map pool per rotation, which features half the map is cut off. El Dorado, also true. Like, we would always make reference to Golden Wall because how similar they were, because of this aesthetic, because of the style, because of this big feature. We'll get into it. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Golden Wall, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the Red Terran representing Team Falcons. It is Bunny. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the South Korean Zerg for Team Falcons as well. Down in the series, it is Solar. For a moment, I thought that was like an Akatsuki cloak on the right-hand side. I was a little bit perplexed. Let's go. Let's go. As for now... For now, we are going to be opening up, and welcome one and all to Golden Wall. Again, it has been a very, very long time. As I mentioned, I might go as far as to say this the first map that had this big feature, right? I mentioned it before, but after this, we had maps like El Dorado, like Alcyone, like Torches, Crimson Court as well, maps which did feature this feature with half the map walled off by minerals. By the Golden Wall, we have minerals here towards the left, towards the right, towards the center as well, to gain access to the southern half of the map. And it feels like Golden Wall was one of the first maps that did kind of feature this, that eventually other maps did adopt themselves, that we've been able to showcase over the years. I do recall a lot of all-ins as well. That's a lot of where you just go like 12 full or 13-12, you'd mine through these minerals, pull the boys, mine through your opponent's minerals, and just rush into the main. Good times. Likewise, gold base is true. We have the gold base in the center. There's high ground to keep them safe. I want to say we saw a couple of Gangnam Terrans here as well. That's also a style that kind of fell out of favor just because of the maps. Nowadays, it's rare to see gold bases so close to your main, so it's more difficult to justify floating your main base over to pull off a Gangnam Terran as well. As it's become as it has become more standardized to put your goal base further away from the main base at a 4th location, for example. Also, I apologize for stumbling my words. It is 6 a.m. in the morning. Like I'm hanging in there, Pappy. Hanging. We're rushing into a lair, by the way. Jesus, insanely fast lair out of Solar, going for a second gas geyser. Based on this lair timing, a couple of things here. Could be 2 base muta, true. Could be 2 base muta here. You take your gases, short rush distance by air. So we could just be rushing into muta play. The other option would be, if we wanted to be more niche, 2 base swarm host. True, 2 base swarm host could be a thing as well. We're going for a hidden roach warren. Okay. I guess we're rushing into roach speed, I would assume. Either we're rushing into roach speed or we're going for a nidus. But we're not going for mutas. Not anymore. You have my attention, Pap. You have my attention. We have the Overlord coming in from behind. There's an Overlord on the map. Do we go for the nidus? Yep, there it is. We're going for the nidus all in. Our eyes are on this Overlord. Oh, Google Translate. We need can we get a translation? Oh no. What's he saying? He's like, mate, where's your 3rd? What's happening? So I was like, I don't believe in a 3rd base. Don't worry about it. Hold on. Where's my Google Translate? Oh. Sorry. He brought up speed, right? Yeah, he brought up link speed. At least from what I can see, there we go. Nice into main base, but I think Bunny, he was actually asking where's link speed, because link speed was obviously skipped. Nice finishes, queens are going to be shut down, and Bunny defense. Bunny, he holds, he shuts us down. We don't get to experience Golden Wall, unfortunately. GG, well played. The Nidus does fail, and Bunny takes a 2-0 lead. Aye. I apologize for the moment of dead air there. I was whipping out my phone to Google Translate. Almost missed the entire game, baby. Aye. GG, well played. Attempted 2 base all in and get shut down. Again, Bunny was all over that. Unfortunately, we saw the Nidus was within range of his vision, and GG, well played. Let's go. It's time to wake up and start your day. True. Time to wake up. Just catching with the shot. StarCraft Suki. Oh no. Going too far, baby. Going too far. Solar's Itachi. Oh, are you saying he's blind? Is that what you're saying? Oh no. Oh no. Is that why all the nukes landed? It's too real, baby. It's too real. It makes too much sense. As we do need a moment. Need a moment. The sun is out. Time for bed, baby. True. I mean, I say that because of the event, like events like this, my sleep schedule is a little bit all over the place. I believe our next cast should be just the next day of Maestros of the game, so I have to try to line up my sleep and try to wake up as late as possible to make sure I'm I'm sane to make sure I'm present for the cast. So even if the cast does end early, I'm probably going to stay up a little bit longer. I might try to go to bed like at midday, maybe. If I go to bed at midday, I wake up at around like 8 or 9 p.m. Then I can get some food, get some breakfast. I can have breakfast at 9 p.m. and then I'll like shower, and then I'll be good to go, good to cast at like 2 a.m. in the morning. Let's go. That StarCraft casting schedule. Let's go. So that might be the plan. That might be the plan. As a reminder, 4 days straight of Maestros of the game. Tomorrow is Group D. Tomorrow is Group D. The final group. Hold on. I should not be here. I'm in the wrong place. Oh no. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. I think we're having a regame. Hold on. Is that what's happening right now? So I'm trying to get a word on what's going on. So I think the game that we just played was not on the official version of Golden Wall, or maybe it was. They're trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure it out. I'll notify you what happens. But thank you for the translations as well. Bunny was asking about the map. And also, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Neocortex. Thank you so much, Neocortex. God, thank you so much for the gifted. Sorry, for the Twitch Prime. For the Twitch Prime for the first time. Thank you. Thank you. My great Neocortex. Is that is he the main antagonist from Crash Bandicoot? Yeah, I remember. Okay, we're good. So it looks like there was just like an issue when it came to the map, but it's been resolved. It's been resolved. I think they were questioning like whether that was the official version of Golden Wall or not, and it was. So with that, Bunny's up 2-0. Bunny's up 2-0, and we're now getting into our next game. Oh boy. Oh. Yeah, they're saying that that the map that I played on was different from the official version. But I think they're still gonna go through with it anyway. Just maybe a mix-up. All good. Official version is the latter edition from 5 years ago. Yeah, something along those lines. I know there was an issue with the version of the map that we're playing on. I think there was like the TLMC 13 version, the latter version, but yeah, in the end, we will continue the series, getting into Tokamak. getting into Tokamak. Meanwhile, big shout out to Sensio in the chat. God, thank you so much. Thank you so much for also subscribing with Twitch Prime. Thank you. Do appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the casting. Hope you enjoy the StarCraft. Hope you enjoy. We have a lot of lovely emotes in the chat. You can veg. You can eat some ramen. You can get some water. And also, you also are able to receive replay packs. We have replay packs on our Discord that we do hand out to our subscribers. So replays are available if you are interested in that sort of thing. Then you can gain them. But here we go. We're getting to our next game and spawning into the top right hand corner of Tokamak. We have in the top right hand corner we have our South Korean Terran player. We have the red Terran. We have a red Terran. We have a red from South Korea. It is a Bunny. So good. So I have some explaining to do. We'll get into it. And spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the South Korean Zerg representing Team Falcons. It is Solar. So there was a little confusion. Buddy was adamant that there was something wrong with the map. And he that's why there was a delay. That's why I was confused as well. He was adamant. It's fine. That like no, it's no, like there's meant to be like a watchtower. There's meant to be like this is not the official map. And the admins were looking into it and they were checking. They're like, no, everything's fine. Bunny was confusing Golden Wall with El Dorado. He was thinking of El. That's why he was confused as to the layout. He's like, this is not what is happening. And so basically he was just confusing the map, and everyone was confused as to what was happening. And it's like, it's all good. It's all good. So there was no issue when it came to Golden Wall. The players just thought that yeah, there was an issue. Bunny. Ay. But here we go. Here we go. We're getting into our next game. Getting into game number 3 of the series. Getting into game 3. As we are up 2-0. And I'm hoping that we have a back and forth. I'm hoping that Solar can bring it back as well. I see in the chat someone asking, what happened? Play the wrong map. No, they played the correct map. He just thought it was the wrong map. Like... He just thought we were meant to be playing on El Dorado. No, we were meant to play on Golden Wall. Like, that's yeah. That's why Bunny was apologizing. He was like, "I'm sorry. Yeah, it's fine. It's okay. It's all good, Bunny. It's all good. Don't worry about it." Behind this third CC before Starport, economic opener at a Bunny. But yeah, for those that are just now tuning in, we are nearing the end of the series here. Bunny was able to claim the win both on Magnatha and on Golden Wall. Now we're in that third game. Solo going for a standard hatch gas pool into a third. Remember Golden Wall because it was such a unique map. I mean, as I was mentioning, we spoke about the map itself more than the game itself last game, talking about how Golden Wall, at least in my memory, was the first map which had that feature, which you would cut the map in half with minerals. It was a bit of a pioneer because afterwards, then we would get El Dorado, then we'd get Crimson Quartz, then we would get Alcyone, and even Torches nowadays as well, which now feature that kind of that style. We spoke about it. Then the game ended. Regardless, we do have our Reaper Hellion follow-up. So again, everything's looking normal. So I say Reaper Hellion Banshee. Cloak is on the way. And we'll see if Solar can keep up with the initial aggression of Bunny. Once again, Solar, I say once again, is going for an earlier lair timing. This is a 4:09 lair timing. So very early here by Solar, earlier than normal. This is not as early as last game, which led into a Night Assault in, but early enough to take note of. From here, we'll see if we take extra gases. If extra gases are taken, this could be for, say, 2-base Muta. Could be for Muta play. Our eyes are on Solar for how he does make use of this lair. Ooh, meanwhile, we're going for a Hellbat push. Okay, we're going 3cc Hellion Banshee into an Armory into Hellbats. Bearing in mind, this is not the same build that we saw last time at a Bunny in the previous series. Last time it was more committed. This time, 3rd CC. This is a macro Hellbat push against Roaches. Okay. So this Hellbat push does hit later because of the 3rd CC. So it's going to be a later move out. And we're going into mech. We're meching it up. Oh, God. Let's go, Bobby. Let's go. So 3cc Hellbat push into mech. Into most likely battle mech. One queen gets caught out. Roach 1's not done. Yeah, Roach 1 is not yet done. The queen's getting caught. Hellbats do morph in. And Solar's not ready for this. He's not ready for this. He needs time to morph in those roaches. Hellbats are waddling in. Getting on top of the queens. There is transfuse. And so far trying to transfuse. Banshees, they do rotate away from the detection. Queens are going down. As some queens are falling. Getting 3, 4, 5 queen kills. But we're running out of Hellbats, and Solar will barely hold on. Whew. He'll barely hold, barely defend. Thankfully, doesn't lose any workers. At the same time, we have Lings across the map. Not bad. 11 SCV kills. Oh, can we chase down the final queens? Can we get them? Clutch transfuse. Ooh, gets one more. Gets one more queen, and Solar, he will turn this defense into an offense. What do we see? Overlord speed. Overlord speed is on the way because of the faster lair. Drop lords are going to be available, and we're going for a German taxi. We're loading up. We're going for the taxi. We're sending it across the map. And Bunny, does he have enough? Oh, does he have enough at home to defend? He's going for a 4cc. Now is not the time. Now is not the time to expand, Papi. Ay, ay, ay. Battlemech can be good, but Bunny, he needs time to build up his army. Needs time to build up his forces. Here comes the all-in. As Overlord speed is done. And here comes the taxi. We have Lings to reinforce. Roach Ravager gets spotted. Bunny, he spots the all-in. Spots the move out. He can try to slow this down. Nice lock on the Dropper Lord. But Lings, they hit the natural. They come in from behind once again. And we're here to make a series out of this. We're here to make a series out of it. We're not going to get out 3-0. Boys are being pulled. SCVs are going down. Solar, he's on top of the 3rd. And the 4th base is denied. From here, Bunny's contained. It's contained on 2 bases. Solar, he's droning up back at home. He's droning, he's saturating. He doesn't even need to be honest. He could just send it. The boys are being pulled, and Bunny supply block. He can't make it. I think we have 2 tanks in the main, 2 tanks on the high ground, but it does not matter because down go 29 SCVs. Ay, ay, ay. Nine workers going down. And Bunny, he can try to recover from here. He is playing mech, which is a very efficient army, true. But behind this, Solar should be able to drone up to drone up to 4 bases, to 80 workers, take up into a hive, and be the first to max out. Solar even spreading creep. Denying the 3rd base for as long as possible. Gets a tank. Now the army supplies is still relatively close. Solar is going into Swarm Hosts. Okay, 11 Swarm Hosts on the way. And Bunny's all in. Bunny's all in. It's either he ends the game here and now or he dies trying. Trying to macro out of this is going to be so difficult for Bunny. There's the on siege. Swarm hosts have arrived. And thankfully the Locust Wave is not being used across the map. Yeah, it moves into the main army. Tanks are exposed and the tanks will all go down. GG gets called. GG gets called, and Solar, he will fight back. He will put a point on the board. Whew, GG. GG. Again, a cheeky build here by Bunny. The initial opener, I would say, actually was quite solid. Bunny, he was able to almost reset the queen counts, was able to do a lot of damage. It mainly traded out Hellbats for queens. Wasn't a bad start for Bunny, but the problem is that he didn't scout the follow-up, didn't realize that Solo was going all in. Didn't realize Solo, he was going for the all in, that he was going for a massive counterattack. As a result, Bunny, he was expanding. He was getting another CC in the face of the all-in, and Bunny was caught with his pants down. Another big moment, of course, I spoke about how Bunny had a decent Hellbat push, that is true, but there was a Ling Flood at the same time. A Ling counterattack, I should say, which got 11 SCVs. So, very nice counterattack out of Solar. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting ready for our next game. And is this the beginning of the comeback? Do we begin the comeback here? Solar, he needs one more game to force the ace match, and we are loading into Gresvan. Oh boy, another blast from the past. Gresvan, another one of these older maps in the map pool, was active back in, what, 2022, 2023. Was known for being one of the more macro maps out there as well. Do you recall a lot of late game on Gresvan back in the day? We'll see if we get there again. Here we go. Purity in Industry is my most hated map. I don't think I ever played on Purity in Industry. I think I just vetoed it immediately. What map am I thinking of? Jesus. Thinking of Daedalus Point. There's been some pretty, like, brutal maps out there in the past. Daedalus Point. Was Daedalus Point the one with the bridge in between the main bases? Oh no, this was I remember this. We'll get into it. As spawning in the top left hand corner of Gresvan, we have the blue Zerg player. We have the South Korean Zerg representing Team Falcons. Hey, fighting back, putting a point on the board. It is Solar. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the red Terran player. We have the red Terran. We have representing Team Falcons, leading the series 2-1. Still one game away from claiming the entire series. It is Bunny. Here we go. Was Daedalus Point the map which had the natural, which was like 4 next side long? What map was that? Jesus. There was some crazy maps back in the day. Insane maps. Ay ay ay. But here we go. Again, we're back on Gresvan. Again, Gresvan, known for longer, later games. We've seen a lot of scenarios here. I don't know if Bunny really wants to allow that to happen. Bunny has been typically much more aggressive in these matches. We've been seeing a lot of Hellbat pushes, a lot of 8-racks as well. Some earlier timing attacks out of Bunny have been deadly here, but the larger the maps get, the better chances I want to give to Solar to be able to recover, bounce back, and claim these games. So coming into maps like Gresvan, Tokamak, Maganatha, I'm going to lean towards Solar, but we'll see. We shall see, as he's had a rocky series so far. But he does move out. So far, Hatch Gas Pool, third base on the way, standard opener here out of Solar. Last game, Solar did go for an earlier 4-minute lair timing, which led into eventually the counterattack in the German taxi. We'll see if he does something crazy here as well. Yeah, that was it. I was curious. Daedalus Point was the map where it was either 3 or 4 Nexus wide. The ramp to the natural, which was crazy. Crazy. Aye, aye, aye. It was a meme map. Basically, because the ramp was so wide and so large, players just couldn't wall off, and Zerg would just like almost insta win because you just couldn't wall your natural. Crazy times. But now though, once again, we're going for what? We're going for a Marauder Hellbat push. 1-1-1. We have not seen this build yet in this series, but if you remember, this was actually the first game of the broadcast. The very first game of the broadcast, as we're building up Marauders, Hellions, Viking first to deny the Scout, and the Armory is hidden here at the natural. Now, the Overlord has been denied the Scout as well. The Overlord tries to poke in, the Marine will deter, and so far, Solar is in the dark. Now, I'm hoping that Solar does play safe. If he goes for a lair first, if he goes double Evo chamber, then I'm gonna get some deja vu because that's what happened last time. Safety Baneliness. Okay, Baneliness before lair, which means we will have Banelings to defend, or at least we can morph them in. So there's a safe opener out of Solar. Going for the Banelings. It still comes down to the unit control, for sure. Comes down to the control. Queens are moving in. And here comes the drop. We're going for the Queens. Yeah, Marauders have arrived. Baneliness still not yet done. Hellbat's morph in. Nice time with the medevac. Yeah, medevac goes down early, but that's still going to be 2 dead Queens. Down to how many? Down to 6. Down to 5. 5 Queens left. The Banelings are not going to finish. Yeah, they should not finish. The Hellbats, can they get on top of the Banelings? Oh, they can. They can and they will. The Banelings, they will not finish up, but the final one is denied. And without Banelings, there is no defense. Yeah, no defense here. We're going to chase down every single Queen. And Bunny, he's here to qualify. He's here to make it through into the playoffs. There's 2 Queens left. Down to 2. Oh, no. There's no chance to use either. Boys are being pulled away. You have 2 Banelings on the way in the main. The final Queens get chased down. And the Banelings that will finish, but too little too late. Too late at this point. We have 1 Baneling connecting. And then we have 1 more Baneling on the way. And with that, so we're never going to get into the mid game or the late game. It's not going to happen. Down goes the final Baneling. We have reinforcements flying in from across the map. And GG gets called. Bunny, he will claim the series 3-1. And Bunny will make it through into the playoffs. GG. Bunny. GG, well played, Bunny. He will make it through. Congratulations. Again, a very intense series here. Very short series as well. I mean, sure, it was the best of 5, and we at least got 4 games, but we never really got to sink our teeth into any of these GBTs, really. I want to say that for most of these games, not all of these games, they ended quite quickly here in the mid game or in the early game as well. But GG. GG well played, some intense games nonetheless. My condolences to Solar and my condolences to Rogue as both players are out of the tournament. They are both out. And with that, let's catch up on the rest of the group as we can switch our scenes over and have a look at the group itself. Here you can see Bunny took down initially, Bunny took down Solar early on at the start of the broadcast. So did Clem took down Rogue, I should say. They did have a bit of a back and forth between Clem and Rogue, but again, still really fast games, really short games. In the end, Clem was looking dominant over Bunny when it came to his PvT. Clem was the first player to make it through, and then of course we had Rogue being the first player eliminated, and then followed by Solar. So Rogue and Solar are out of the tournament. Congratulations to Clem and Bunny. And with that, we have 2 more players making it through into the playoffs, and we're still not done. I mean, we're done for today, but we're not done for the group stage because we still have Group D. Group D is still remaining, and actually, let us quickly show off. Can we show off Group D? Here we go. So coming into Group D, who do we have? We have 4 players left to make it through. We have Maru, Lambo, Hero, and Showtime. We have 2 Protoss, 1 Zerg, and 1 Terran player. Maru, Lambo, Hero, and Showtime. It's going to be an interesting series, an interesting back and forth between all these players. Coming into this, as always, Maru, he's a little bit more of a question mark. This year, 2025, Maru has been looking a little bit more shaky. He has not been looking as solid as he has in the past. Yes, he still popped off at DreamHack Dallas, for example, but the way he popped off was also in a more interesting way, or in a more, how should I say, predictable way. A lot of 8-Raxes, a lot of mech, a lot of all-ins we have been seeing out of Maru. We'll see if he can make it through. I think I still lean towards Hero and Maru making it through, but Showtime has been looking very impressive as of late, and I can see a world where Hero and Showtime making it through instead of Lambo and Maru. But best of luck regardless. And again, that's going to be in less than 24 hours. In around 20 hours, in 20 hours time, we're going to be live with Group D here on this channel. Again, because it's in 20 hours, I'm probably going to stay up a little bit longer. The sun is shining brightly. You can see my face is more orange than usual. It's no, the sun. Stay away, papi, stay away. The sun has risen here in Australia. It is almost 7 a.m. in the morning, and I'm probably going to stay up a little bit longer just to try to adjust my sleep schedule to make sure that I'm present for the cast. But again, 20 hours time for Group D. Look forward to it. I also do apologize for not being here yesterday. Yesterday we weren't able to cast Group B. Unfortunately, I was unavailable. Speaking of, adjusting my sleep, we had 3 casts yesterday, 3 different casts, and I did not get any sleep at all. So I was very, very fatigued. Technically, I could have casted Group B live yesterday, but I was not all there, and I wouldn't have been satisfied with the quality of the cast itself. So I'm probably going to be doing that via replays. I do have the replays available, so I'm going to be casting Group B via replays in a couple of days time. Most likely, I think we have it slated for Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. So Wednesday we are going to be catching up with Group B. Otherwise, tomorrow we'll be live with Group D. With that, thanks for watching, thanks for the support. If you want to follow us, you can do so on YouTube, !socials in the chat. We have Facebook, Instagram, Discord, Twitter, YouTube. We upload VODs on YouTube on a daily basis, so if you want to watch more of us, and if you're tuning in for the first time, we cast StarCraft live on a daily basis every single day. We're typically live twice a day, sometimes 3 times a day. We cast more StarCraft than any other channel out there, and that's been the case for the past 5 years. Basically, ever since COVID, we were casting StarCraft full time. Well, that's when we started casting StarCraft full time in 2020, and ever since then, non-stop. It would be nice to have some time off. I think this year we've had 5 days where we haven't casted StarCraft. I think we've had 5 days off in 2025. So I do apologize for that, but we'll make up for that. Don't worry. Jesus. We'll make up for it. We'll make up for it. It's going to be a really intense period of time as well. We have the RSL around the corner. We're going to be co-streaming the Revival StarCraft League. On top of that, we have, of course, Maestros of the game. We have Stellarfest. For those who don't know, there's an offline event happening in Canada. So Stellarfest qualifiers are coming into October. We have the SC2 Safe House. We were the B stream for the Safe House last year, so we might be the B stream this year. I have to reach out. We'll see what happens. But Safe House is also in October. That's an event happening in Vegas, in the Americas. We have Stellarfest. We have the Platinum StarCraft League. We have a Home Story Cup. Let's add all the StarCraft towards the end of the year. So yeah, that's do tune in. Do consider following us. Consider following us here on the CranKy Ducklings. Otherwise, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the final day of the group stage of Maestros of the game. Once again, a big shout out to Comeback TV. Shout out to the French community for organizing, hosting, casting, for making this event a reality. The crowdfunding as well, for all those that backed the project, for all those that backed the event via crowdfunding. And this is all leading into a big offline finals. I say offline finals, offline portion of the playoffs will be happening in France. So look forward to it. Do look forward to it. And again, we should be casting it live here on the channel as well. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Also, a shout out to an anonymous gifter in the chat for a gifted sub to the community. God, I mean, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Gifting a sub to Netcrypt. There we go. Doing my best. But thank you so much, papi. Clem played Toss. Yes. He always plays Protoss against Terran. Always. Always plays the Protoss. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. Oh, true. We have a Patreon as well if you're interested. Our Patreon funds our tournaments, specifically our weekly tournaments and our monthly tournaments. So if you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon as well if you want to support us. But otherwise, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. And a shout out to Einstein for gifting us up to Optimus Prime as well. Thank you, Einstein. Thank you. Always do appreciate it. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Until then, thanks for watching. Ciao, papi, ciao. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Stick around. We're gonna be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. Who's live at the moment? I see for Jumi. I know Jumi's live, so we could give some love to Jumi. Who else? Oh, mate, Dave is live as well. True. I will give some love to Jumi. Good guy, good friend, good friend. All right, see you next time. Ciao, baby, ciao. See you next time. Hasta luego.